Hello? I think we're live. Shana just counted me in. Is everybody here? Is anybody here? I'm hoping there's some people here. Let me just see. Make sure I'm all set here. Hi, folks. Oh, we may not be live. That's okay. Give me a second. Am I live? Can you see me? Hi, Christopher. Because you can see me. Hello? Okay. I'm assuming that we're live now. And we're live, according to Shana. Hi, folks. It's Amy with Paper House. Welcome to the 4th edition of, ignore this, of Paper House at Home, our Facebook Lives. So the past few weeks have seen us doing some different things. Shana did some card making, crafting. Then I gave you a little bit of the history of Paper House and Paper House cards and die cutting and all that fun stuff. And then last week, Shana introduced you to one of our dated planners, which FYI, dated planners are still on sale, 70% off. The 2021 dated planners. Introduced you to, some really great ideas on what you could do with a dated planner if, let's say we're in May now and you've got 4 months that, you could either do some memory keeping in, or you could create some shopping, like meal ideas, or you could just, practice calligraphy, all sorts of ideas. So anyway, this week I wanted to, I was playing with some watercolors the other day, and I like to watercolor. I'm not an artist, but I like to play with watercolors. And I have to say, a friend of mine, I don't know if she's on, I'm hoping she's watching. It says Facebook user, I'm here. I don't know who that is. Oh, hi, Lay. My husband's going to tell me from, from the other room who's here. Awesome. So I've been watching Lay do really some very amazing things. And I'm always like, what? How did you do that? What are you doing? And tell me what you're using to do it with. So anyway, and then my friend Heather Bunch, who I have known since high school, and she is a good friend of mine, and she started playing with watercolors too, but she did this amazing thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer you over. I'm going to have Shana switch you over to my phone cam and show you something. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but I'll explain it. So my friend Heather posted something about making these great stencils that she was then using to watercolor with, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. But she created these awesome these are not hers, these are mine. These awesome stencils with a glue gun. So I have my glue gun heated up over here. I went scrounging around for extra glue sticks today at work. Thank God. I'm going through all the totes and bins and all those kinds of things that we have at Paper House. And I was like, we could open a craft store with all the CRAP we have here. So much stuff. Okay, so get your glue gun, plug it in, get it nice and hot. Don't touch that. And so anyway, what she did was she just and she did it on parchment paper. So I have a piece of parchment paper down here, and she just created some fun stencils out of just glue. So like this, she just made some patterns and whatever. She made a whole bunch of circles. She made some squares. It is amazing. Look how fast the glue is gone already. Like, I have to get another stick. They give you the, you know, I don't know how much these are. I don't usually buy them. I usually get them for Paper House. I don't know who said hi, Amy. Can't wait to see what you do. Maybe it's Heather. Gretchen. Oh, it's Gretchen. Hi, Gretchen. You remembered. I'm so proud of you. So anyway, the glue just really goes so fast. So anyway, so she made a whole bunch of stencils like I'm making now. You got to let that dry. And so then she had these really great stencils. I'm sure she took out the little, you know, wiry things that get in the middle of that. And then she got this great, you know, watercolor paper. I'm going to slide this back under. Slide it under here. And then she watercolored. I'm going to do it on the next page. Here. She took it, did this, and then just did a whole bunch of like, oh, I totally screwed that up. And she threw in some watercolors, and then she did like this, and then she did like this, and did a whole bunch of watercolors with her stencil. I'm sure she did a better job than I did. I know she did. And then she cut it all up and made cards and mailed them out to people. Because, like, how cool is that? So anyway, so I'm sure she stuck it down better than I did. I was doing it sort of quick. So anyway, so that's what I was going to do, but then I just made a big fat mess. Oh, but you know what? That's going to make something fun. So I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm going to be like, whatever. So my whole point, the whole point of what I wanted to do here today was show you how well our journals, whatever journal it is that you're using of ours being Paper House, how well the paper holds up to watercolor. So the other day I made this little stencil-y thing here. I just threw down some washi and I painted. And I threw down some washi here and I painted. And then what I did, I shouldn't have done this on the same book, but I was so proud of myself because I'm going to say I'm so not artistic. But what I did was I took out my very fun brush pen, my gray brush pen, which is in my tote. I have all these totes full of pens. So many pens. I've got pens everywhere. And then, of course, you know, I went and dug around and I found these 2 packages of twin tones at work. So I figured I'd play with them tonight too. So anyway, so I took this great, this brush pen. I should show this. There's the top. Say it's got a little B on the top that tells you it's a brush pen. And it's Faber-Castell gray, which makes a really great little border. And I just put them on here and it just lifted these boxes off the page and just made them look so fun. Now you can see this is dated this week, the 3rd through the 9th. I have put nothing in it. That's okay because it's really pretty. And that's really the whole point of it was just to play with it and show how pretty it is. So what I wanted to show you was the other side of the paper. It didn't, like this one bled through a little bit because I put kind of a lot of water on that one, but it wasn't that bad. And then I went back and I wrote on the other side. And then here's the back page of, here we go, of this one. I mean, there's no bleed through. So this is, just so everybody knows, this notebook happens to be the mini notebook, the Journey Book insert that goes with the dark blue Journey Book set. And Shayna can maybe even pop up a picture or a link to that. That's the Journey Book set that's made up with the very fancy covers that were inspired from everybody's trip to Japan. Shayna and a few other people at Paper House went to Japan for 10 days, 14 days, something like that. And they got a lot of inspiration. And this was one of the things that they did was they found, anyway, made these really great higher end journey. Yes, the Fuji Journey, the Journey Book set. So this is one of the books from that. And this is the same paper that we have in our other Journey Book Like this one, this is the Be Positive one. I've got a few of these around here. So I wanted to show that off. I wanted to show how, how nicely that this paper holds up to watercolor. Just drying this off a little bit. All right, so that's a fun thing. So then I said, okay, well, sure, it works great in that book. How about everything else? So I decided to bring home a couple of our other books. So I brought home one of our mini notebooks, which are right now, FYI, they're $1 on the website. I mean, you cannot go wrong with these great mini notebooks. They're all dot grid. I wonder if you can see that. Probably not. They're dot grid. It's very, very, very light. Dot grid, there's like 50 pages in each of these, I think. And, they're great to just stick in your bag, stick in your purse, stick in your whatever it is, and just always have some place to keep track of things. I was actually thinking of using this one. I have been reading / listening to so many books that I thought I might, and I keep track of them in Goodreads, but sometimes I forget because I haven't written down what it is that I've read. So I'm thinking about, starting to do that in this great book. This would be perfect. Classic books, where I read my books. So there's those. The button jar one. Oh, cute, Deb. Love it. I'm glad you could join us. So I'm going to do a little watercoloring in here. I'm just showing you all the different things that I'm going to do it in. This is my work bujo. So this is one of our soft covered notebooks. This is a leather cover that Shayna made. Oh, here, look, I even have the card in here, her website, handcrafted by Shayna Twitty, Meraki. So anyway, so this is one of our, oh, look at this. I already have some stuff painted. So you can see I've been using this one for a while. That's how many pages are in here. This is from December of 2019 that I did this. So what I did was I put in some washi, and then I did a little painting. And then I took some of our stickers and stuck them on there. And then I did the same thing on this side. I made this fun little watercolor, and I used a white, whatchamacallit pen. I forget what the name of those pens are. And I put some snow on here, and I used some of our stickers. These stickers are from the Be Thankful mini planner set. This is, I don't know what this is from. I don't remember. But anyway, so let's look at the other side of this. Look, okay, it came through a little bit, but I could still use it to write on. Anyway, just look at that. How fun. And so on this side, you could see a little bit through, but it's really not that bad. Anyway, this is from our soft cover notebook. Soft cover journals. So, okay, so here's some other fun things that I did here. Why not? Why don't we go through? We'll have a flip through of Amy's work bujo. Boring. This is from actually last year. This was pre-pandemic. I know it doesn't have the year, but I know it is because this is March of this year. It's kind of a mess, but you know what? I put some fun washi in it. I like to dress my bujo up a little bit. And then there's other pages like this that are so super boring. Boop. That's what I did that day. But then I put our paper in here. Whatever. Our paper. Oh, and this is from This Is Us Washi. Okay. So we're not gonna. So I'm gonna watercolor in here. Maybe. I mean, I show you, or I already did it here. And then I brought home. So I have one of our dated planners, and I'm terrible about using it. I have to be honest. I'm terrible about using it. So I started, look, I put stuff in it in January and then nothing in February. Look at all those blank pages. I should take some of Shayna's ideas and do some memory keeping in there. Then in March, I started using it again. I started putting stickers in it. Boop, 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 boop. And then, oh, I actually used it to, I did a page for April that I used to, I did tax day, my mom's birthday, put some stuff in here. And then I did another week, which was, look, I actually did stuff in this one. These are all Paper House stickers. These stickers are from the Wild at Heart. What's it called? Wild at Heart something. Bundle. Oh, and then I also had some stamps that I stamped in here. Okay, so I am going to watercolor in my planner as well. So this is this week. Look how much planning I did. Not very much. That's okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring in here. Now, here's the funny thing. So I went through and I was looking for watercolor paint. And I'm going to do, I'll do Monday because Monday's already happened. I was looking for some watercolor paint and I found this. This is Crayola watercolor paint. So I found this one. And then I found this one too. And this is washable watercolor paint that I bought when Gavin, who is a senior and is graduating in, I don't know, 6 weeks, something like that. Anyway, when he was a little tot, and I found it in a drawer, and I'm like, actually, this is kind of perfect because it's nice and soft watercolor. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'll use these guys. That's fun. And there's actually more shades in it. I do need to, be a more artistic watercolor girl and buy some actual watercolor paints. But, all right. So we're going to let that dry. And I'm going to paint another square over here. I'm just doing some super basics. And really, I'm not trying to be super artistic here. I just want to use the color and add some color to my book and show how great, so that those folks that are artistic, like Anna, from Anna. I don't know if she's on here. I think I invited her. Or maybe, you know what? I may not have invited Anna because she's so good at watercoloring and I'm not. And I thought, oh, she's going to be like, Amy, that's pathetic. And then I thought to myself just now, Anna would never say that because she is awesome. And she said, that's really great. Hi, Estrella. How are you? Thank you. So anyway, let's just real quick turn the page. Now this is still wet. Now you can see there's a little crumpling, and that's okay, but it's going to dry and it's not coming through. That's how great this paper is. I wasn't sure, to be honest, how this is going to, but I mean, this paper is pretty nice. Did you tag her, Shayna? Yes. So if you want to see some beautiful watercolor in our softcover journals, well, first of all, there's Amber. Amber has been doing some watercoloring in her, I think she's doing watercoloring. It looks like she is. In her journal that she's keeping every day. She's posting about it every day. But then there's Anna, and she is XO from Anna on her YouTube and on her Instagram. And she's great. I love her. I love her stuff. I love everything she does. She makes these super cute, adorable stickers. And then she also does some really great watercoloring. So anyway, so again, I'm being super basic, but it was really that I wanted to show you how nicely our books hold watercolor. And truthfully, now I'm saying this as somebody who loves stickers and loves selling stickers and works for a company that sells great stickers. I kind of almost like this better than stickers. I don't know why. So then my husband's shaking his finger at me like, no, no, no. So then I also was playing around with, I'm doing all sorts of watercoloring things right now. I was playing around in a notebook. I don't know if it's this notebook. No, it's not this notebook. It's a different notebook. It's piles of notebooks. Where so again, I was digging around looking for fun things, and I came across these rose art markers. Again, they're washable because I got them when my little peanut was a little peanut. Don't tell them I called him that. And so what I did was I have one of those artist loft notebooks that I was playing with my watercolors in. And so let's do this. So today we had a track meet. It was the first track meet of the season. And actually it was just so nice to see people again. Like see people I haven't seen since the fall, since cross country season. And what was my point? I don't know what my point was. Oh, I'm in Thursday, and today was a track meet, which I didn't even put on my calendar. But I was afraid it was going to be rainy and cold because that's almost what always happens for track. The first few tracks events are usually freezing and wet. Anyway, it wound up being beautiful and sunny and blue sky, and I was so excited. So anyway, so what my plan here is to do is to then watercolor over these markers. And it didn't work as well as it did in the Artist Loft notebook. It really was like super nice in the Artist Loft notebook.
Yes, scared to color in my planner, but I have to try.
Hi, Amber. So my husband just read your note. I am, you know what? The fact that I'm doing this is just because I'm like live on Facebook, and you know, I said I would do this, so I'm doing it. But normally, as you can see, like, oh, okay, so that doesn't work. Look what happened. Actually, I really like it. It's not what I wanted to happen, but I really like it. I think it looks fun. Oh, did I mention my birthday's next Friday? That's what's on the calendar. I'm going to be the big 50. I'm going to be 50 years old. Anyway, I'm kind of actually enjoying this. Again, it's not what I had in mind. And I think this is from the water. I don't think this is from the marker itself. Okay, Shayna, 15-year-old markers may not be the best things to use in your planner, but they're washable. I can just throw this in the washing machine and it'll come right out. Anyway, I happen to like it. I happen to love rainbows, so it's totally cool. Anyway, oh, you know what? I really like this page. So I actually pre-planned this week, partially because it was my birthday, partially because I was going to use it as a social media post. And you know what? I think I still will, because even though that happened, I was using our creative journaling stickers in it. So I used creative journaling stickers. This is from the same thing that I was using back here. Why can't I think of I can't think of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then I used some stickers from our This Is Us sticker book. I want to say this is, thank you, Shayna, Free Spirit. I'm like, wildlife, be wild. It's not wildlife. This is from, I believe this is the Jameson Reed Be Beautiful sticker book. So I put this because this is, I'm going to say it wrong, but this is Eid El Fatir. And that is, and I've got a post all set for that. Amber helped me out with that because I was trying to learn about things that I don't know about. So I asked the question. This is the day that Ramadan ends, and it's a big celebration. So that's very exciting. And so I use this sticker about celebrating friends and appreciating their differences. So I just thought that was gelatos. Okay, so who is that? Amber. Okay, you know what? You're right. I have to say, Lay did this really awesome thing with gelatos that totally, I was like, my mind is blown. And of course, my gelatos, you know where they are? They're on my desk at work. They are not at home. But she put down gelatos, and I've used gelatos before, but I always feel like they don't look so good because it just looks like I colored with a crayon and it's bleh. But what she did was she used a baby wipe and then she blended them and it was freaking awesome. It was so cool what she did. So I have to try that. I have to bring some wipes, to get some wipes and play with my gelatos. But yes, that's a really great idea. Gelatos would be super fun. And I also only have a few gelatos. Like I have some kind of like I have gold and I have silver and I have white and a bronze. Like I have that set. But I think I need to get some more colorful gelatos so that I can do something like this without it totally bleeding through. But I really like the way that looks on this side better than this side. So Deb's right, a happy accident. So anyway, don't use really old markers in your planner if you don't want it to bleed through. Lesson learned. Okay, so there's that. Now, what I was gonna do was, now that these are kind of dry, I'm a big pen fan, as you can see with all my twin tones. But I got the this Sharpie S gel. I actually got this last year, over the summer, I think it was. And gelatos on wax paper and wet it, and then use a brush to. Oh my God, is that Amber? That's brilliant. That's so smart. Well, that's the other thing I was thinking about doing was I know that some people, like you'll take like maybe it's a wax paper or like a piece of acetate and put paint, like wet it and put paint on that and then use that and press it down. I've seen that before, but I don't have any acetate, but wax paper. Ooh, let's try it with this. This is fun. Here I am thinking like, I'm not going to make this fun at all, but I think this is fun. Okay, so let's do this. I don't know if this is going to work. I've got some very primary colors here. That's okay. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put it over here. Yeah, it's just a blob, and that's okay. I think it's just too much water. I think I just put too much water on it. So, because that bled through. Whereas this didn't. This was very light. So maybe it's just, the amount of water that you use. Well, that's okay. Learning is good. Okay, so what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh, right. So I was talking about this pen. So then I was thinking after I color, so maybe I'll do that further in the week. I'll do that this week. Oh, speaking of the week of the 16th, May 16th, I did put a post in Paper House Creates, and because y'all are on here, you're going to find out before everybody else, but we are the week of the 16th. We are having a full week of great deals. So basically, we're going to have a huge sale starting on May 16th, which is a Sunday, and it's going to go through Saturday or Sunday, depending on when I, change the prices and all that kind of stuff. So put that in your planner too. So Great Deals Week. So I think I'm going to cover Great Deals Week with lots of watercolor. And then I'm going to write my notes in with my Sharpie pen, because this I know is going to write really nicely over top of the water. So let's say here, what did we do on Wednesday? We had meetings. No, what do I want to write on here? What did I do Tuesday night? Did I do anything Tuesday? I feel like I did something Tuesday night. I don't know. But I want to see, this is what happens. I'm like, what did I do? Or what am I going to do? I'm always afraid to write in my book. So silly. How about don't be afraid. There we go. That's the good thing to say. Okay. So let's do here. Meet at Maple Hill. So this was the first track meet of the season, 4:30 p.m. And it was the last one at this particular place, and I'm not going to be sad about that because they always beat the pants off of us. Anyway, okay. Oh, you know what? Let's try that. That's not, take some of the water off of it. I took some of the water out. Well, that's better. Yeah, I think this is just too much water. So, you know, when you're going to watercolor in your planner, just be a little careful with the water, I suppose. Okay, so that's the planner. Again, our dated planners and our undated planners have the same paper. So whatever happened in this is what's going to happen in an undated planner too, just an FYI. So let's go back to the mini notebook because we didn't actually paint in here. So where are my clips? All right. So let's paint in this. Now I have a feeling that the pages are a little thinner in the mini notebooks, but let's find out. All right. So tell me, how's everybody's May going? Is it good? Happens to be my favorite month, but I think you probably already know that. And know why? Because it's my birthday and it's spring. I love spring. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good May, that everything started out well for you. And I hope you're confident that the weather is going to improve wherever you are. I know a lot of you are kind of local to us. Oh, well, that's not true. Oh, what? Bye. You're going to bed?
Yeah.
Good night. I love you. He's not going to bed. He's just going downstairs, and I'm not going to see him again for the rest of the night. And he's taking the cats with him. Okay. All right. See, now that's not bad. No, that's not Chris. It's Gavin. Gavin's going downstairs to either study. He's nodding his head. He's going to study. He's not going to go play on his Xbox with his friends. Oh, he's shaking his head. He's not going to do that. Okay. Anyway, he takes the cats with him downstairs, and they hang out. All right. I clearly wasn't paying attention to what I was doing because I made that red blob really, really big. And I saw Shayna popped in and wrote something about experimenting. Yes, definitely experiment before you start putting a lot of stuff. There it is. Experimented on test pages because you don't want to ruin your birthday week. But I didn't. I totally didn't ruin my birthday week. I made it even more awesome. So it's gray. All right. So I'm just going to do a little bit of painting. So I was looking at some watercolored cards, and you can see this brush is really big. So I need to get some finer tipped brushes. But I was looking at some watercolor cards for some ideas on things I might want to paint in my notebook, and I came across some Peter Popper press. This color is just not working out for me. I came across some Peter Popper press cards, and they were very inspirational because I was like, oh my goodness, they're so pretty. And there's beautiful birds, beautiful trees, and beautiful succulents. And I'm making a mess here, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so it can be abstract. So anyway, so that's the other side of the page, and it did not bleed through. The color didn't bleed through. Again, it's a little crinkly because it's wet, and that's going to happen if you spill your soda or your coffee or your fizzy or whatever it is you're drinking on your paper. It's going to get crinkly, and that's just the way it is. But it didn't bleed through, and that's what's really awesome. And I thought this paper, like I said, I'll be honest, I didn't think it was thick enough, but it is. It's totally thick enough. And again, be careful how much water you use. And, oh, you know what? Let's do this. I know I'm messing up my pictures and stuff like that, but let's see this. So, okay, before I even put the water on it, that's what happened. I don't know if you can see that, but you can definitely see ghosting. All right, oh, let's do this. Twin tones. Let's take out the twin tones. Let's see, because I know lots of people have twin tones here. Let's see if twin tones ghost or bleed. Look at that pretty mint color. It does. I like it crinkly too, to be honest. Okay, and I even put a lot on. Okay, I feel like I put a lot on. You can see a tiny, weensy bit of ghosting. Not bad. So we're gonna put a little water. See what happens. Oh, and I like that it made more color. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Look at that. Now, again, you've got some speckles like I did with my orange because that's a fair amount of water. But seriously, that's not bad at all. Whereas if I did the rose art one, oh yeah, look at that. So if you're a twin tone person, just be careful with how much water you use, but it wasn't bad. So that also shows, you know, if you're just writing in here with your twin tones. Hello, Facebook. Definitely. Now that was also a light color. Let's pick a darker color. Like this navy blue. Hello, Facebook. Okay, so that's what, you know, dark navy color. And again, you can't even see that, can you? So that's pretty awesome. No ghosting. Now let's watercolor it. Okay, I see a little bit. So if you like watercolors, I found these, and now of course there's probably a zillion apps that you can do this with, but I found this fun app and I took some pictures a couple years ago. In fact, I think I came back 2 years ago today, 2 years ago tomorrow, maybe, I'm not sure which. I went to Scotland and I took 1.5 million pictures and I was, what did I do to myself? I don't even know. I don't know where that came from. I guess from that, but I don't think so. Anyway, I was playing around with some of my pictures, and I had lots of landscapey kind of pictures, which I'm not going to be able to paint those pictures. So what I did is I took one of the pictures and I threw it in an app, in a watercolor app, and it made this beautiful watercolor picture. Now, if I could only take credit for actually doing it, all I did was take a picture. All right, so yep, the water made it go through. So marker and water in our notebooks, not so much. But marker or water works great. Wow, look at my hand. Anyway, let's see. So I did my bullet journal, which was in my softcover notebook. I did mini notebook. I did planner. That's all I brought home to do. We've got one other journal that is a spiral bound journal. I don't have a ton of those. I should have brought one of those home. We've got Marvin the Martian. We've got some Wonder Woman ones. And then I think we have the Love This Life one. Gesso the page too. Clear coat's all it takes. Oh, okay. If that's Lay or if that's Amber, I don't know who that is. But I saw Lay was doing something and I was like, what is she doing? And then I realized it was gesso on the paper, and then she was painting and creating all this this dimension on her page with like, oh, I was looking at some other stuff like you can grab doilies. And I don't know what's come over me. I'm feeling crafty these days or artistic or whatever. I saw something like you could take highlight. So I think it was you that I saw doing, you were gessoing the page and then you were doing like stencils and you were painting over top the stencils and making lots of layers and lots of dimension to your page. I was thinking about like, I could take like paper doilies or something like that and put that in your book, watercolor over it, and you just make a pattern on your, as your background. So what you could do, and I notice, and I'll mention Amber again, Amber's been posting her journal notebook, and she's been, I think what she's done, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what she's done is she has colored or crafted the pages in advance and then does the journaling. I also alternate my pages between one watercolor spread and one acrylic paint spread so you don't see the bleed from the watercolor. Oh, brilliant. Oh, Amber said that? The next one's Lay. Okay, thank you. My hubby's paying attention and then he's telling me who's talking. It's great. What was I saying? Oh, so anyway, so I think what Amber's doing, and again, Amber, you can tell me, I think you're decorating your pages in advance and then you've got them all decorated and then you go back and then you journal in them so that you're journaling, you can just do your journaling, which makes sense. And then you don't have to worry about doing the decorating. You can have the decorating done. All right, I'm painting again because why not? So anyway, so does anybody have any questions? Not that I may or may not be able to answer them, but if you have any questions, and then of course, Lay is on here. So like she could totally give us some great tips like she already has. But does anybody have any questions? I don't even know how many people are on. Maybe Shayna can pop in and tell me how many people have been watching. I can't see that part because we're using this fun new software where she is producing, she's handling all of like the pop-up on the screen stuff, and she's going from my camera. Right, that's what I thought you did. So do you do, if Amber, do you do like a month's worth of decorating in advance, or do you just like do a few days in advance so you'll like have an idea on what your mood will be? Like, because you can, that's one thing that I was thinking about. Like, you don't know what you're going to be feeling that day when you're going to journal in that page, or do you pick the page, like you've done a whole bunch of them and then you pick the page. I'm like, I'm feeling this page today. Like, how do you do that, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just curious as your what your methodology is. Sometimes you decorate and journal. Oh, okay. Okay. So it all just depends. It's not an all or nothing thing. Okay. All right. Anything else that we want to talk about? Anything else? Like, again, how's everybody's May going? I didn't see anybody replying on that. Hope everybody's having a good month, good day, good week. We have been I'll just give you a quick little heads up. We have been talking about a lot of fun stuff that we being Paper House, is looking to do in the next 6 to 12 months. And it's kind of really exciting. So I hope everybody pays attention and continues to follow us, and tell us what you think about us doing our Thursday lives. This is our, like I said, I think this is our fourth one, and Shayna and I have been having fun with it. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring in some guest speakers, some guest artists, and maybe some folks from the office that may want to come on and talk about something too. So anyway, we're having fun with it. We really love engaging with you guys. And one thing that, we've been talking about is it's been so long since we've been able to be out and amongst everybody that it's like we're getting a little stir crazy. So we're like, let's do more stuff online, so that we can still be with our friends, but be safe. Anyway, there's talk of events, like in-person events starting up again. And there's like a couple shows that are coming up that we're thinking about, like, do we want to do this kind of thing? So anyway, just are people looking to go to events? I'm just curious. I'm not super anxious to get out and do live events just yet. And actually, some of the one show that we were talking about today isn't, like, the first one isn't until August, and then they go until I think May of next year. So, it's not like it's going to happen anytime soon. It's just one of those things where it's like people were starting to talk about it. So let's see, might do a bunch of watercolor pages and let them dry as I do other chores around the house. Then I might go in later and add elements. Oh, like adding stickers and stuff like that. Because I know you'll put some stickers or some dolls in your journal. So, okay, that makes sense. I only got to do a few spreads at a time, maybe 4 or 5, about once a week. Okay, well, that's good. Then you're ahead of the game. And Deb said, and when it's time to journal, I would pick the pages that go with your mood. Okay, well, that was my question. So, okay, that's cool. And Deb says, May is starting off busy at the hospital. I think about you all the time, Deb. I hope that you are staying safe. I know you've got your shots, and that's awesome. Everyone in my house has their shots. And several of my son's friends are started getting shots. Like one of them just had his second shot. So that's really great. That makes me happy. So I just used while we were talking, I just used one of my stencils. I think I should have put like more stuff in the middle, but whatever. I just used one of my stencils for painting. And it might be actually more work, but I think the way that my friend Heather did it was way cooler. So, I might go back and try her method, because I think she did like a whole bunch of squares. Like there was like, her thing looked like this. I might ask her if I can borrow her picture and share it in the group. But she had like a whole bunch of like this and like this, it was like this. And then she did a lot of overlap painting, and it came out really cool. And then she did it on, like I said, she did it on these big sheets of watercolor paper, and then she cut them up. And she started sending out just cards. She just made cards out of them. Shayna doesn't miss the crowds, but you miss the traveling. Okay, I agree with that. I mean, I like the crowds in that I like to see the people in the crowds. I don't like being crowded, but I like to see the people that are in the crowds. So actually, it was kind of funny because, like I said, we had a track meet today, and there was a whole bunch of parents I hadn't seen in a long time. Since cross country. And I was talking up a storm, and my husband's not the big talker. I'm definitely the big talker in the family. And he just stands there and lets me talk to everybody nonstop. Then I come home and I'm tired from talking. Anyway, and then I came down here to talk for another 45 minutes. So anyway, I hope Everybody had fun. I had fun. I'm going to go back and look at that rainbow again. I think that rainbow came out so pretty, even though that wasn't what I meant to have happen on the other page. But I actually like I like what it did. And I like what it did there too. So anyway, Sheena's so good. She like jumped down and changed the screen and everything. So anyway, so you can get all these notebooks, as you know, on our website. I have to share another journal that I bought. I'll show this one in the front camera. Okay, so I bought this journal. This is not a Paper House journal. I bought this journal on Amazon, and my friend Rebecca, you all know Rebecca, she used to work at Paper House. I showed it to her on Amazon, and we each bought it. I think she's actually started using hers though, because I have not, because I'm a wuss bag about putting stuff in my journal. But I love this journal because, well, actually, Shana, maybe do the other camera because I want to show the pages. It's so pretty. It's so pretty, and I'm afraid to write in it. So you can see that I have, first of all, this glows in the dark. So see that right there? That glows in the dark. It's a deer. That one doesn't. That's on the back. But the one on the front glows in the dark. So anyway, it's such a pretty journal. And the pages are just beautiful. Hold on. Let me move these out of the way so I can do this. My spiked cider. It's actually sangria cider. It's delicious. Okay. So this is a speckled, like, watercolor page. Look at that. It's so pretty. Like, why would anybody write in this? I mean, I want to write in it, and I don't want to write in it. But look how pretty that is. Like, white markers. Well, I mean, white pen would be so pretty on here. Anyway, I love this journal, and I'm dying to do something in it, but I'm so afraid to do something in it. Maybe I'll buy another one so I can keep it perfect and then write in this one. Anyway, isn't this a fun journal? But I'm not going to watercolor in this tonight. I can't bring myself to do that. So anyway, so like I said, our mini notebook, my Bujo, which has got, you know, one of our vinyl stickers on it, and our planner all seem to like watercolor, as long as you don't overdo it with the water with a marker. I think that's the end result. I hope everybody had fun, and I've kept you long enough. It's almost an hour now. So everybody have a great night, and I will see you on the flip side. All right? Thank you. Good night.